Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Tone from the 757 Spin None But The Truth. And today I'm going to be talking to y'all about Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, aka The Process. So how did the process begin? The 76ers were actually in a confusing place, if anybody remembers. They had Andre Iguodala, Evan Turner. I think they had Lou Williams. They had a couple of pieces, but the problem was that they didn't have enough pieces to get them over the top. And as everybody knows how the story goes, the process began there when they traded a lot of pieces away and they tanked, which to me tanking does not really actually work. And then especially because you don't know what generational talent is going to come in any draft, and any draft is kind of random. Think about it. Donovan Mitchell went 14th to the Utah Jazz. Jimmy Butler went 30th to the Chicago Bulls. You don't know who really is that talent. That guy who's talented. Even Giannis Antetokounmpo, Dallas traded that pick to Milwaukee. So you never know for Shane Larkin. I know I'm a Dallas fan, so I remember that draft, and I wanted them to draft him. But that's a different story from a different time. And thank God we got Luka. But let's talk about the process with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. If I told everybody that the 76ers have two superstar players that are averaging Joel Embiid was averaging 24 points per game. Ben Simmons, 16, 58, shooting 58% from the floor, averaging about 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Plus he's a +1 on the floor. Joel Embiid, 24, 11, and 3, about 3 assists, +3 and positive and plus and minus. So you would ask yourself, what is the problem? Well, the problem is they both practically play the same position. Joel Embiid, he's a big dude. He's 7'2". I think he's the most unstoppable. Besides Giannis, he's probably going to be the most unstoppable player down on the block. And Ben Simmons' problem is that he can't shoot, and it's kind of restricting both of their games. And you're kind of asking yourself how this is going to play out. And today, sadly, Ben Simmons got hurt. And that's a big step back, especially in that you thinking that Philly's kind of looking that they're going to be a championship contender team. This season kind of been rough. They're looking for that leadership. I think they're missing with that. I think that Al Horford signing was really terrible, to be honest with you. I don't think Al Horford was that missing piece. Honestly, I think they needed another wing. I think they needed another wing, especially a scoring wing, and I think they needed help at point guard, and they got neither. And shooting, they gave away their shooting with J.J. Redick, and that was just a big loss for them. And I just don't think they have recovered. I know they put Shake Middleton, which I like that they gave him a shot at the point guard position. He can mix up his game a lot. I like Shake Middleton. Came back big. He had a rough first game at the bubble, but he stepped up. He definitely did step up when the time came. And a lot of people are asking who should be traded, Ben or Joel. Well, both of them have had significant injuries. If anybody remembers, Ben Simmons had a foot injury. Even though he could have came back his first seasons, Philly was tanking. So, he really had a red shirt for freshman year for his first NBA season. Joel, he missed his first 2 NBA seasons. If anybody remembers, he had a bad needed back surgery coming out of Kansas. And Joel, he's a talented player. The first game, you could see he was a special type of player, but it's just like something about him that he's always getting, and sadly, he's always getting injured. He can't stay healthy on the court long enough, or in long stretches of the season. You're asking yourself, can he carry a team 82 games consistently, or even not even just 82 games, probably even 72, or maybe even 69. You know what I'm saying? To where they can reach the NBA Finals and reach their max potential. Now, to be honest with you, what value could you get for these two? What's the value of somebody like a Ben Simmons who's not even in his prime yet, or a Joel Embiid who he's entering his prime. He's entering his prime right now. Joel Embiid is like 24, 25. Ben Simmons, he's still like 22, 23. So they're really not really in their prime yet of their career. But they don't really work together, you know. I mean, they both play the same position. Ben Simmons' lack of shooting, I thought he was going to enter the bubble shooting, at least attempting to shoot threes, but that hasn't translated. I know it must be frustrating for people like Brent Brown and the Philly organization who feels like Ben Simmons is not even trying, I feel like, to make that at least take a mid-range jumper, get comfortable, but he hasn't done that. And Joel Embiid, you know what I mean, I think that he has some, I think he's probably the better player right now and what they're trying to do. But if I had to go, which two would I get rid of? It would have to probably be Ben Simmons, sadly. You know, I think Ben Simmons might be the best. He might have a longer career, but Joel, I think he can, if you build a team around Joel properly, getting a second superstar around him, he can win you a championship. Joel, he's a dominant post player, in and out, 3-point specialist, and they can, like I said, I don't think it's a tough call. You could keep them together, but in the long run, I just think if you're trying to win a championship now, one has to go. And it's really just a tough call. But I think Ben, he needs to grow on his own. You know, I think teams like Utah would probably be a good fit for Ben Simmons. I think him and Donovan Mitchell would be great together. But to me, you have to ask yourself, if you're Philly, how long can this go on? How long can Ben Simmons not take threes and space out his game, or take that? I don't think he's really that true leader of that squad. Even though I think Ben Simmons is ultra talented, super talented, he's just, I don't know, he just doesn't want to take that next step in his career. And I just think that their games are too much of a mismatch. They don't shoot. Ben doesn't shoot threes. Joel, he's a dominant post player, but they both take away from each other's games. When you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo, there's not two Giannis's on the floor to where both, like, you have Brook Lopez, you have Chris Middleton, you have Eric Bledsoe. You have guys, he's surrounded by 3-point shooters. Ben Simmons needs that same thing. He doesn't need another post player taking up the lane, and that's what will ultimately bring out the max potential. Both of them have a lot of potential, but they will never reach that max potential because both of them play practically the same spot on the floor. You know what I mean? Especially if Ben doesn't want to take those threes, and I keep on alluding to that, but that's just the truth. Ben doesn't want to take the three. Joel, only thing about Joel to me, can he stay healthy? And can he take that next step in his leadership roles? And that's what I'm looking for in Joel. Is he going to take life take basketball a little bit more serious and be that next leader and show that he can prove it? He has the talent, you know, and you're probably going to have to load manage him. And I think what you can get for Ben Simmons in return, you can probably get another superstar, a disgruntled superstar. You know what I mean? Look at teams that are, look at players who are really not happy with their situation. And I'm going to talk about that in a future video. What will be a package for somebody like a Ben Simmons, an upcoming superstar. Superstar. It will have to be something, it has to be something big. You know what I mean? And a couple of role plays, I think. Yeah. But yeah, this will be enough for this video. Just thank you for watching, like, subscribe, and yeah, just share your comments. You know, I'm really happy to apply, and thank you for watching.